Hello, welcome to Salt and Light Canning. I'm Jessica and this is my kitchen. I'm happy that you're here. Today we are doing some really easy taco soup. So we're out, so I'm making more taco soup. This is one of the ones that we really like. So I have already browned about 4 pounds of ground beef and now I'm cutting up some onions. Have my onions in the pot and I'm going to add my ground beef. Anytime you're canning with ground beef or any other kind of ground meat, you're going to want to brown it up first. I also have some little red beans here that I've been soaking. When you're making taco soup, just think of the things that you like in tacos and put that in your soup. So I happen to like corn in my tacos, so I'm going to add some frozen corn. I also have a couple of number 10 sized cans of tomatoes. I'm going to add those. These are just diced tomatoes. You can, if you'd rather just use sauce, use what you have, use what you enjoy, okay? There's no right or wrong way to make soup. Also going to add 2 jars cowboy candy because it's delicious and it's taco soup, so why not? I'm going to get this on the stove and start heating up. I'll be back in just 1 minute. So I have our onions, our ground beef, our corn, our tomatoes, our cowboy candy in this pot, and now I'm going to add some seasoning. I just have some taco seasoning here. We'll do 4. I have this barbecue seasoning that I like. I'll put that in there. I'll do 3 of those. Then I have some Mexican oregano. We'll do 2. Some onion powder because it gives a different flavor than just the chopped onion. Do 3 of those. Some garlic powder. 3 of those. Some cilantro. Just dried cilantro. Do 3 of those. And some of this garlic. 3 of those. Now I'm going to add a few quarts of water because I want to make sure that I have enough liquid for my soup. And I'm going to get this heated up to where everything is like warm. And I'll be back when I'm putting them in jars. So my soup is hot and it tastes really good. It's a little spicy. If you don't like spicy, maybe leave out the cowboy candy, but I think it's delicious. I put soup in pint jars just because it's easier for me to just open a jar at work, or, you know, if my husband and I are having like a simple dinner, I like to take the taco soup and put it like over tortilla chips, maybe add some cheese. It's really, really good, but we'll split a jar that way. You can always open more jars. I just prefer not to have quart jars because we don't go through them as quickly when it's soup. When you are filling your jars, you're going to want to fill to about 1 inch headspace. And because this is tomatoes, I'm going to be careful not to go over 1 inch of headspace because I don't want to have any siphoning. It's going to be just delicious. So the overall goal is about 50% solids and 50% liquid or tomatoes. So we're just going to do our best while we're filling our jars. It's a chunky soup, so there is that. Debubble, 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 debubble. Take a piece of paper towel, and this is just some white vinegar. So I have the oils from the meat, and tomatoes can be a little sticky. But you want to make sure that the rims of your jars are really clean. And then you're going to get a clean flat and a ring and just 2 finger tight. And this looks just beautiful and delicious in the jar. And we're going to fill our next jar. So my canner is full. I have 18 jars in here. I'm going to turn this on. Not on high, okay? When I'm getting my canner like up to temperature, I do just about medium. and that is enough, okay? I'm gonna put the lid on. I'm gonna let this come up to temperature. So first I'm gonna let it vent out of this vent for 10 minutes. A steady stream of steam out of this vent. I have 3 quarts of water and a splash of vinegar in my canner because that's what my canner takes, is 3 quarts of water. You do not have to put vinegar in if you don't want to. Some people feel that it really tarnishes their rings quickly, so that they don't. But you do you, okay? I put a little vinegar in because that's how I do it. So 3 quarts of water. I have a rack on the bottom and a rack in the middle for my jars to be supported, because you don't want your jars directly on the heat. And then after 10 minutes, I'll bring it up to pressure. I'll put my weight on and I'll bring it up to pressure. I have to can at 15 pounds of pressure because of my altitude. Please check your altitude. It might be different. And then we're going to let it process for 1 hour for soup. If you're uncomfortable going an hour and you want to go 75 minutes because there's meat in it, please do what makes you comfortable. But 1 hour is sufficient for soup, okay? And I'll be back when I'm taking them out of the canner. Well, my timer went off and I turned the heat off and let everything come down from pressure slowly. Never, ever, 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 ever rush your pressure canner. Just don't do it, okay? Bad things happen that way. Then when it came completely down from pressure, I took the weight off and I waited a few minutes, and then I just turned the lid a little bit and waited a few minutes, and then I kind of propped the lid open and waited a few minutes, and now I've been waiting with the lid off for a few minutes, and we're going to take them out. Just go slow anytime you're pressure canning anything. So here we go. Now my jars are going to sit on my counter overnight. I am not going to cover them for the same reason why you wouldn't want to leave your jars in your canner overnight. It can cause something called flat sour, which means like your jars have been sitting at too moderate to high a temperature for too long while they're cooling down. And it's not going to hurt anything, but it does make your food taste bad. So if you're canning at night, make sure that you get your jars out of the canner before you go to bed. And also never cover your jars. Just let them sit, let them be on your counter, and wait until tomorrow, and then clean them up and put them away in your pantry. Also, if you've noticed in my pantry, don't leave the rings on your jars in your pantry. It's just safer for your family. You'll know that you don't get like a false seal. So it's just better if you don't. Just be careful. You know, canning is still food preservation. And while I take a very relaxed stance to it, it's because I know what I'm doing is safe, okay? Especially when you're starting out, but always with food preservation, be careful and do what you know is safe. Because you want to make sure like you're not making anybody sick and that your food is going to last until you need to use it, okay? But anyways, be so blessed. Know that you're loved and be a blessing to someone else. I'll see you in the next video.